Well, the coaching search, the million-dollar question now is, and I wonder how Bills fans will react to this, will they wait for Klint Kubiak? Because they will have to wait 2 weeks. He can interview with other teams. He can interview with the Raiders, who have already interviewed him once, right?
Yep.
He can continue to interview with the Raiders. He is not allowed to, the Bills are not allowed to, interview a candidate on a playoff team until the playoffs end for that team. So it kind of lines up where if you want Klint Kubiak, you got to wait until after the Super Bowl to have the conversation. And I am not optimistic that the Bills will wait.
Yeah. Would they not know, though, somehow back-channeling? Like, why wouldn't they wait? They don't want to wait because they don't want to lose the other candidates in case something happens?
I don't even know what back-channeling would do. This is not just
it would
it's not signing a guard. This is you want to talk to a candidate about your head coach, and you want him to meet with Josh Allen, and you want to get all the same level of job interview that you would have had for everybody else. You can tell him you're interested, and he can say, like, sounds great. The question is, the Bills can wait, and he might not sign anywhere, of course, because he's going to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm saying back-channeling that he would, definitely take this job if you waited for him and not go, okay, we're going to wait 2 weeks, and then we talk to him, and then he goes, yeah, you know what? Living in Las Vegas, Brady's the owner, and I get the number 1 pick. I might want to do that instead.
I'm more concerned that they
because you wait 2 weeks and then he's not available to you, and now I'm starting back at scratch, and I'm going back. I'm hoping somebody is. Maybe I'm getting Philip Rivers because I'm hoping somebody is still available.
Right. No, I'm more concerned that they won't interview him because they'll just decide it's not worth waiting. We're good enough. We're happy. It's going to be insert name here, whether that's Brian Dable as head coach or Rivers as the head coach with Dable as the OC. Is that a possibility, right? They said they wanted a CEO type. Are they worried about Dable's sideline demeanor as something they don't want? I am not eliminating Philip Rivers as a possibility.
I mean, Rappaport keeps talking like it's a real thing. That nobody's really like, oh, this is just a courtesy interview to get his coaching career going. I don't know. Doesn't it kind of feel like when Josh McCown was getting interviews a couple of years ago, though, and everyone was like, oh, he's a real candidate. And where is he now? He never got a head coaching job, and he's a quarterback coach. I feel like that's more likely for Rivers. This is, I want to get into coaching. Let's have a conversation. Head coach, yeah, maybe at the end of it, it's too early, and let's bring you onto the staff. Let's make you quarterback coach. Let's make you offensive coordinator without calling plays.
I don't think you move across the country away from your 10 kids or pick up and move your 10 kids to be a quarterback's coach. I just don't think you do that.
Well, does he want to be a coach or not?
He interviewed for the job, so I think maybe. And maybe Davis Webb goes in the mix soon. We'll probably get the news today or tomorrow that the Bills have reached out to interview Davis Webb. That'd be my guess. I don't know what they're going to do. I think it's pretty solid. They're going to go for an offensive mind. That's what I would probably think. And past that, I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking back to when they hired McDermott, and didn't Pagula like that he was a rustler?
I
think Grant Udinski has a chance at the job because he's from Pennsylvania. Right? You trying to read what the Bills actually want to do here. I have no idea. And Bean, he's never hired a coach before, so because he was brought on by McDermott, does he want XYZ? I was asked a lot over the weekend, who do you want? And do you have a solid answer for this?
Yeah, I do. I want one of...
Now that McDaniel pulled out, it's got to be somebody else.
It was McDaniel for me, but that's over.
Whether he pulled out or the trip was canceled, I saw, as expected, Bills fans, some out there dunking on him for the interview not happening. I mean, the Bills clearly were interested, and who knows what happened.
I don't mind the dunking. Just the dunking of, I guess it was too cold for him when the meeting was supposed to take place in Florida. Right. It is not the joke maybe for the day. But, no, I did want McDaniel. Now that he's off the board, and even they were saying, maybe they would schedule another interview, but I wouldn't expect that. I think, for me right now, it's one of Dable or Kubiak. Give me a guy who's called plays that... I mean, Dable's got the previous relationship. I've got proof of concept with him and Josh Allen. And I've got two guys that have both gotten the most out of wide receivers and, run the types of offenses that I'd want the Bills to run. They don't look like Joe Brady offenses to me. They are attacking down the field, and that's even in today's game when running the ball is more common and there's 2 safety shells and whatnot. Like, I think right now one of those 2 would be my preference. So if they just decided we're not waiting for Kubiak and they hire Dable, like, I'd be all in for that. And same thing, if they thought Kubiak's number 1 on our board and we're not hiring a coach until we talk to him, I wouldn't mind that either. So I just hope they end up with one of the 2.
All right. I would love it if they waited to talk to Kubiak. I hope that they do. I am just skeptical. It is a long wait.
The other thing is if Dable truly wants the job, like some of those reports out there are saying, that like he wants this job, is he in a rush to take the Titans offensive coordinator position? Like, if you're from here, maybe this is your dream job, like your dream job, and you want to forego any possibility that you could become the head coach because the Titans need a decision. Like, I wonder if they would think Dable's going to wait. And if he does, then that's kind of our, I don't know if I want to call it a plan B, but just we've got a guy ready to go if something we don't like about Kubiak in the interview process, or he doesn't want to come here for some reason at the end of it, that Dable is there sitting and waiting for you. That would be my hope of how the process would go.
803-0550, 1-888-550-2550. Want to share a thought on the coaching process? You can. On the Super Bowl matchup, you can. I do have one quick stat of the day for you, which is, it's a little bit of a stat. It's more of just a note about the Seahawks and a testament to them, that their GM is the first GM to make a Super Bowl with the same team twice, with none of the same players and not the same coach.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Right?
Yeah.
Pretty good. That's not, we made it twice in 5 years. That's everybody replaced. He got there again.
Yep.
Could you make a case that's the best GM ever? I did it twice.
Ooh.
Like, you did it with Tom Brady and went 10 times. Congratulations. This guy built it twice.
Who would be the best GM ever? I don't even know who my answer would be. Who the score to beat would. I mean, it's pretty good. He also, like, I'd want to give him credit for kind of starting the next cycle, right? Like, he didn't do, like, the Giants did this. Like, after Eli had won 2 Super Bowls, and maybe it's different because it's 2, they hung on and hung on and hung on, like, 3 to 5 years longer than they probably should have, and they just wasted away not making the playoffs because they just didn't want to trade away or give up their 2-time Super Bowl winning quarterback. And the Seahawks had Wilson and thought, okay, yeah, he won a Super Bowl for us, but, like, we're ready to go. We're ready to move on. He's 32, whatever. Yep. We're good. Next thing. And they tried it with Geno, but, like, to me, starting the cycle towards we're going to give our Super Bowl winning quarterback to somebody else because we think we could do better is, to me, like a testament to them, because I don't think a lot of GMs would. A lot of organizations maybe would even be willing to do that. A lot of teams would just be saying, like, no, he won a Super Bowl here. He is here until the end of his career.
Yep. Credit the Seahawks. And then, of course,
John
the Patriots.
Schneider. Who is the best GM of all time? Is there a consensus?
No idea. I hadn't thought of
like
it. Like,
who's the Niners GM in the 80s? I don't know.
But half of that is going to be, like, I want to make the point about how didn't either time really we think, well, I guess Russell Wilson was great at the time, but here's Darnold, who looks great. Yeah. All right, we'll get some calls in here. Matt in the car is up to lead us off here on a football Monday of sorts. It's, follow-up championship Sunday. Matt, good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Good.
So, I like, what a week. Like, what a week. I mean, I'm just going to go off on a rant here. One, I thought McDermott should have been fired. I think the way how they did it was absolutely classless. When you spend more time promoting your GM who has done nothing, and could actually be even more at fault for this whole thing. The Bills right now are a circus, as far as I'm concerned. They are a circus. It's like, you want to buy a ticket, like, go to the show. The press conference, Terry Pagula, absolutely a joke. What are we doing? And as far as, like, the Patriots, like, going to the Super Bowl, I mean, that pisses me off. I'm not going to lie, it does. And the thing that really makes me mad about the whole thing is that how their track record was to get to the Super Bowl. And it's like, you want to know what, like, Allen, I just think, like, Drake May versus Josh Allen, like, Bills versus Patriots, like, over the last, like, 9 years, like, what are we doing? Like, Bean needs to get his head together. At least we got the Sabres. I mean, that's all I got. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man. It's been a while since at least we have the Sabres.
I can't remember the last time we had that.
I don't think the Bills are a circus. I don't think so. If they hire Rivers, there will be people that treat them like a circus. I think that's right.
Mm-hmm.
If they hire Brian Daboll, there will be critics that say, like, running it back again, another retread. They've decided to kind of chart a bold, I want to say, path. Think about how many football fans have Tony Dungy, John Gruden ready to go, top of their mind, as a success story.
Mm-hmm.
And they have made McDermott that. And if they win the Super Bowl, thoughts and prayers to Sean McDermott, not even being like snarky there, just your name will be associated now like Tony Dungy's was. And Tony Dungy was able to win a Super Bowl, so good for him. But if you're Marty Schottenheimer has this title too, as he was good, but he was never good enough. And like I've defended McDermott plenty along the way. I think the GM could do a much better job. But I saw something this weekend. I was going to save it for a little later in the show, but I'll give it to you now, and maybe like get to it a couple times because this was reading this little note about the Bills and what they've done in the last 6 years. Something changed in the way that I viewed them, and I feel like, whatever, it might work for you too. So maybe you've heard this, that teams to win a playoff game in 6 straight years, that 3 of them are dynasties and the other one's the Bills.
Yep.
Right? Like it's the Cowboys in the early 90s, it's the Patriots in the mid-2000s, and it's the Chiefs 2018 to 2024. Those are the 3 teams to win a playoff game in 6 straight years. And the other one is the Bills.
Yep.
Which maybe you heard that and think like, wow, what a sign of underachievement. That you've been that good. But then it was pointed out in a quote tweet, Joe, that the Bills are only on the list because of the extra wild card game. They wouldn't be there.
Right.
They have twice lost as the 2 seed in the first game. So I almost when I read that the first time, I thought, man, I'm an idiot. I'm ashamed of myself. I should have not ever been giving any credit for the 2-7 win.
Right.
That used to be a free win, and now, granted, you win it, but it is a little bit of this false sense of winning a playoff game.
Right.
You beat the weakest AFC team. You beat an AFC team that used to not make it into the field. And it's, well, you've won a playoff game in 6 straight years. Like, oh. All of a sudden, if they had traditional format been a 2 seed with a bye and Cincinnati walks in and beats them, what do we say? It's not the same. Right? That's a different feeling. Same with when the Chiefs come here in the A.J. Klein game, if we call it the A.J. Klein game. All of a sudden, it feels different. Like, oh, you were one and done. So,
yeah,
I just think that's worth mentioning. I'd never thought of it before, and I wish I had.
Yeah, I immediately, like the first year I clicked on, like, let me see, Dallas, were they ever the 2 seed? Like, two of the 3 years, the first years that I clicked on, like they were the 2 seed and didn't have to play a first-round game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could say, well, that's a benefit the Bills never got, and that's true. Like, that's something that works against them because they had to win those games, and they would get injuries in those games.
But what it means is they wouldn't be on that list.
Right, they wouldn't be on the list of 6 straight years with a playoff win.
Yeah.
That's it. It wouldn't be there. In fact, they have 2 losses. So,
right.
Like, of course they don't belong in the dynasty conversation with those teams because they didn't get gifted. They had to earn those wins. But it's the only thing that in the last week, Joe, it feels like everyone wants to go back and look at everything over again, fine-tooth comb, what was fake, what was real, all that stuff. And reading that was the only thing that actually pulled me into a bit of a, maybe that is a big deal that we kind of falsely inflated them for beating 7 seeds.
Have they ever lost as the 2 seed in the divisional round? Would be the only other thing I'd want to look at. I mean, because otherwise I think that's right.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah, twice, as you said. Yeah, Cincinnati was the one of them. Okay.
And Kansas City.
So they would have, there would have been 2 seasons they wouldn't have won a playoff game.
And it'd be one and done.
In theory.
And if you had been a first-round bye, one and done, and was that back-to-back seasons?
Yep.
Like, what? You would have been fired then.
Yeah.
A lot of coaches.
It probably would have happened.
A lot of coaches would have been fired one and done then. Because, like, you win the first round. That first round didn't used to exist.
All right.
803-0550, our phone number, and 1-888-550-2550. On the coaching search, on everything you're reading, there's a lot of dirty laundry being aired out there from, curiously, I think, one side, not the other, for what that's worth. But the coaching search continues. Who do you want? What do you think? Could Rivers be an idea? That happened after we got off the air on Friday, so, of course, we'll have to attack that. Brian Table, Lou Anarumo, Anthony Weaver, Anthony Lynn. No Mike McDaniel, to the dismay of many out there that did want him, but many, of course, did not. So we'll get your calls in. Sal joins us at 8 o'clock, and we'll roll, even though it's the Patriots in the Super Bowl again. Although I feel like Jarrett Stidham would have been offensive also after watching him play past the first drive. So Seattle and New England at it again. Jeremy and Joe here on WGR.